now that we have learned how to decompose fraction with multiplication, today we're actually going to start multiplying by fractions, by a whole number. So you'll see how they correlate and how they're exactly the same. So if you felt good about yesterday, you're going to do excellent here. And if you're still a little wishy-washy from yesterday, this is going to give you some good practice and you'll be able to see that connection. Okay? So we're going to write multiplying fractions. Okay? And it's going to be 83. So we're going to write, today I will multiply fractions by a whole number. Okay? So really quick, it looks exactly like yesterday's lessons. You're going to have a whole number, and then you're going to have a fraction, except you won't have a unit fraction like yesterday. So remember yesterday we looked at how you multiply a whole number by a unit fraction. So you'll have a real fraction where this might be a 3 or a 4, but it's exactly the same thing, okay? So something to remember is that you multiply the whole number by the numerator, right? Denominator stays the what? Same, of course. Okay, so let's look at an example. Let's say that we have 3 times 3/4. Okay? What you can do when you think about it is that you make sure that you don't multiply the 3 by the 4. Remember, because it's really 3/1 is what it looks like. What I would do is just circle your whole number and your numerator and know that's all that you multiply. So all you do is 3 times 3, which is 9/4. Remember, 9/4 is the same thing as 9 divided by 4. Okay? So quick thing to think about. If it's 9 divided by 4, how many times can 4 go into 9 without going over? 2, right? And what's left over? 4 times 2 is 8. 1 is left over, so we have 2 and 1/4. Okay? Or you can draw your area model. So you could do, break it into 4. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to keep going because you got to work your way to 9. 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like we need 1 more. So we have 9. So we want to think of how many holes do we have. We have 1 whole box shaded. We have another box shaded, so that will give us 2. Our denominator down here is 4. 1 is shaded, so we have 2 and 1/4. Okay? So when you multiply the number by the numerator, the denominator stays the same. If it's an improper fraction, you need to put it into a mixed number. Okay? You can't leave it top heavy like that. You got to put it as a mixed number. So let's see how we could represent it using a number line and an area model like we did yesterday. So we can use a number line. So draw your number line out. Place your 0. Okay, then we got to think about how many do we have? Well, we're doing it into fourths, but we have 9. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. Oh, here's my 1. 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, 8/4. Here's my 2. Then we have 9/4. Okay, so 9/4 is definitely greater than 1, right? Anytime you have an improper fraction, you know it's going to be greater than 1 because 4/4 is 1. So anything over 4 is going to be greater than 1. Okay, so we have our number line set up. We have our 0, and then we go all the way to our improper fraction. So now we need to look at our decomposed fraction. So we need to think, this is how many jumps I have to make. So I need to have 3 jumps I need to make, and this is how many I go by. So the first jump is going to be all the way to the 3/4. Okay, so I have 1 jump. Now what's 3/4 plus 3/4? 6/4, right? Because your denominator stays the same. So 3 plus 3 is 6. Go to the 6. That's my second jump. Okay, and my third jump, what's 6 plus 3? 9. There we go. So I proved it with a number line. Okay, now let's do an area model. So let's use an area model. Okay, so our 3/4 is the area model that we have. So it's broken into 4 parts. How many are shaded? 3. So this area model shows 3/4 times 1. How do I make it 3/4 times 3? I have to draw it 3 or 2 more times, right? I need a total of 3. So I'm going to draw 2 more area models broken into 4/4. I'm going to shade in 3. Okay, so here we see 3/4 times how many times? 3. Okay, you can also do repeated addition. Which would just be 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4, which gives us 9/4. Okay? All right, I'm going to give you one to work on, and I want you to show me using a number line, an area model, and repeated addition. Let's do, for homework, let's do 3, 6 is equal to 3 times 1, 6. Show me using a number line, area model, and repeated addition. Okay, see you tomorrow.